Hi guys, how are you? Bricks Nostalgia here. Today I would like to talk about a controversial topic, which is to use non-Lego elements to complete some Lego sets. Now I'm gonna tell you straight away what I'm talking about, what I'm using, and then I'm gonna spend a few minutes explaining you the reasons why I decided to go, at least for the moment, in this direction. So here you see three vintage Lego Space sets that have as a characteristic that they use a lot of translucent yellow pieces. Well, nowadays these pieces, the most of them are out of production and they are very expensive on Bricklink. So what I decided to do was to replace them with some panels that come from these sheets that I bought at the local supermarket for less than £1. So as you can see, this is a pack of about 10, I think, yes, 10 multicolor sheets. There are different colors and there are also two of them in translucent yellow. Now what happens is that the translucent yellow ones match very well the color of the translucent yellow pieces that are present in these vintage sets. So what I decided to do was to cut them with my scissors and see if they were going to fit. Now this is the result. We are gonna go very briefly through each one of these three sets that I chose as a good sample to explain what this is all about, and then I will tell you a bit about the costs that I'm saving embracing this type of approach. So we're gonna very briefly have a look at these two, and then we're gonna spend some more time on this one, as there are more things to say about this set. Okay, so let's get started with this space station. Okay, so here we have part of a vintage space set 6970, I think, the command center. This set presents some translucent yellow pieces, some windows over here on the side, these two panel as well, these two plates, and then there is this big window with this big yellow window. Okay, so what I did is to fill the hole here and replace the window that was supposed to be a Lego window with a piece of that sheet that you see now. Obviously now the window can't move, can be opened and closed. However, if it stays like that, you can see that it blends very well with the rest of the build. I'm not buying this build. I'm just gonna I just put these together with the pieces I had. I'm planning to buy the other big Lego brick with the print on it, but I'm not willing to spend money to buy a whole set, the whole set with all pieces into it as this is just I'm just using these because I like its structure and it gives me inspiration for mocks. This window and this window only on Bricklink costs at least £3 Now I'm just not willing to spend so much money for this piece, so I decided to use a different approach. This doesn't mean that I'm gonna keep it this way forever. It's just that I'm just gonna wait for the opportunity of get my hands into this piece for a lot cheaper price, maybe buying you know, Lego lots or waiting for a good occasion on eBay. This is a bit the principle behind it. Everything is held together just by a couple of pieces of transparent tape. They're just applied over here, and they just keep everything firm in place. Okay, so let's take these on the side, and let's quickly move to this little set. I can't remember its name, but it's set 6951. Now, I bought this set a while ago for a fairly cheap price. It was incomplete, but I had the most of the important parts present. There was just one window in the set when I bought it, and it's these ones that you can see that I can open and close, while this one has been replaced with the translucent sheet. Obviously I can't open it and close. I just cut the piece of the right size and shape, and I just applied it over here. I got it to stuck there on the base with a little piece of tape. Now, I'm very happy with this solution because it gives a finished look to the set, and it made me save about something like £3. This yellow translucent window costs something like at least £3 on Bricklink, so I'm definitely not gonna spend so much money to get only these single pieces. So what I'm gonna do once again is to replace the piece with the translucent yellow sheet while I enjoy the set and do all my mocks and mess around with it when I need it, while I wait to get my hands on the right piece for a decent amount of money. So this is what it looks like. As you can see, it blends very well, and unless you have a very close look to the set, you can't really spot any difference. So let's take this on the side, and let's talk. Let's take the big spaceship, as there's going to be more things to talk about that one. Okay guys, so here we are with the legendary vintage Lego set Starfleet Voyager from 1985 or 1986. Set number is 6985 if I'm not wrong. Great set, glorious, very iconic for the mid-80s. It looks really beautiful as well. I'm very happy it's in my collection. Now, I'm presenting it incomplete because I'm actually piecing these together. I haven't bought it as a set from eBay or Bricklink because it's just too expensive. On average, this is sold for about £100 on eBay. So I really wanted to have this set in my collection, and I just thought about what I could do in order to reduce costs. So what I did was to piece together the main structure with the pieces I already had, then buy from Bricklink seller the most of the irreplaceable pieces, which were these pieces that you see here, the blue ones, these big window holders and all of them, and these translucent yellow panels. These are irreplaceable. There's not really a way to replace these pieces without changing the look of them set too much, and I spent just for these pieces about £40. Now, on top of that, I refused to spend what would have been about another £40 to £45 just to buy these little translucent yellow windows and the blue windows that go over here. So what I decided to do was to get my translucent yellow sheet and then fill up the gaps with it. Now, this is what you see here, and as you can see, the whole thing blends very well, and unless I was pointing out that they are not Lego parts, I think many people wouldn't even notice about that. So as you can see, and I'm very happy about it, it looks great. I really get very good vibes from this set, and now I'm looking forward to get all the other parts in order to complete it and make it at least 95-98% complete. But yeah, I'm very happy about the fact that I managed to put these together, spending a lot less, just a little bit more than half, I will say, what would have cost me to put it together. Now I know it's controversial, but it suits me very well, and in the future, if I will have the chance, so I can enjoy the set, and I can wait with no rush to try to get my hands in the pieces missing for a decent amount of money. Now about this set, I just didn't want to talk about the yellow windows, but I wanted to talk about also the blue ones. These are expensive. They cost at least £3.50 on Bricklink each. It's extremely expensive. If you think that there are 6 of them, we are talking about something like £21 just for the pieces themselves, and keep in mind that it's very likely you're gonna have to buy it from different sellers as well. So what I did in order to fill up the gaps and reproduce these windows was to get some translucent clear window pieces, and then I just apply some blue electrical tape. Now I have only 2 translucent clear windows at the moment, so I could only apply 2 of them over here, and I have to say that they blend very well, the colors match, and you don't really see much the difference. And now I'm waiting for my next order to try to get some more of these. Now keep in mind that each one of these translucent clear windows cost about 50 to 60p in on Bricklink, so with something like less than £4, £3-4, I can get all the gaps filled, and I will be doing it for the price. Doing it this way, I'm gonna do it for the price of one original one. So this is it, I will say, for this video. There's just one last thing I would like to mention before I leave you. Yes, just wanted to go back once again to these big sheets, and what you can see is that the sheets cover a range of colors, and there are also the translucent red and translucent green colors. Now I haven't looked into it, but I think the red could be useful for the the vintage Space Police sets, in case somebody wants to try to replace some window parts, some expensive ones, with this. And also what is very interesting is that also the color, one of the colors covered is translucent green. That is actually a color that was used for this set, the Moonwalker set number 6940. As you can see, it has some translucent green windows and also some black windows. And what I realized is that while the rest of the set is pretty cheap, is made of pretty common parts, so to piece the whole thing together will cost very little. So what I was thinking is that now I'm gonna have a look at it, because I would like to have this set in my collection, and it's cost at least £40 on eBay. I think I'm gonna start working to piece it together over time, and then what I will do is to replace the green windows with the sheets, and then replace the black windows with these type windows. I'm just gonna put black tape instead of blue on it, and I think that will make me satisfied with this set. It wouldn't be a definitive solution, it's just that this way I will be able to have time and not be in a rush anymore about trying to get my hands on those expensive pieces, but for a very cheap price. Okay, so guys, I know it's very controversial, a lot of people are not gonna like this approach, but it's really a matter of money talk, and if you can't afford like I can't, to get the original sets complete, try to work it out this way, as it can be very useful, not just to complete official sets, but also to build mocks containing the costs. Okay, so tell me what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to rate and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.